welcome to Passport Adventures, where every week I'll be your tour guide as we explore the countries of the world from the comforts of home. And where are we headed this week? We're headed to an island country in the Atlantic called Ireland. We don't need our scarves and hats and mittens today, but because it rains 200 days out of the year, I think we should pack an umbrella. Let's go! Well, it looks like we've lucked out. It's not raining here in Dublin today, which is the capital city of Ireland. Let me get my itinerary out. Yes, Dublin was founded around the year 800 by the Vikings, actually. And here's the second largest city in Ireland, Cork. This city was also founded by the Vikings about 70 years after Dublin. You'll notice there aren't a lot of skyscrapers and modern technology in the architecture. That's because Ireland is full of beautiful old buildings, like this small thatched roof cottage, or this giant house that also has a thatched roof. There are even castles. In fact, there are over 30,000 castles and castle ruins in the country of Ireland. There's some ruins. Here's the Blarney Castle, and even though there are still a few rooms that can be used, it's considered a ruin. And there's something very special about this place. This ruin has something really neat, the Blarney Stone. Way up high at the top, there's a special stone, and the legend has it, if you tip upside down and kiss this stone, you will be blessed with the ability to convince anyone of anything, and you will be charming to everyone you meet. As old as these castles are, there's something even older I'd like to show you. These are the new Grange Mounds. They date back to 3,200 BC. That's 5,000 years ago. That's older than Stonehenge. That's older than the pyramids. And like the pyramids, these passageways and tombs were burial chambers full of bones, ashes, and offerings left by the Stone Age people who built them. Even older than New Grange are these mounds. This is actually a naturally occurring thing. These are not carved or anything. There are about 40,000 interlocking hexagon shapes of basalt rock. This was created when ancient volcanoes erupted. The lava flowed down to the ocean, and the ocean quickly cooled it off. The coasts of Ireland aren't real beachy. They're more rocky and full of cliffs, like this one, made famous in movies like The Princess Bride and Harry Potter. Mostly, though, this is how we picture Ireland. It's filled with rolling green hills. The large amount of rainfall and the warm temperatures are what give us all of this lush green countryside, and it's what's given Ireland its nickname, the Emerald Isle. And this Emerald Isle is home to some pretty cute animals. We've got, let me get out of the way, we've got the red fox, the pygmy shrew, the badger, the hedgehog, and the Irish hare, and Galway sheep. Oh, the sheep. Did you know there are 3.8 million sheep in Ireland? With a population of only 4.8 million, that's almost enough for everyone to have their own sheep. And last but not least, the red deer. The red deer is one of the official symbols of the country of Ireland. The official symbol, though, isn't an animal. Ireland is the only country that has a musical instrument as its official symbol, the harp. Now, here is a 2-pence coin. Here's the head side with the 2p on it, and there you see the harp. The harp is on the back side of every one of Ireland's coins. Here it is on their coat of arms. Their coat of arms is a blue background with a harp in the middle. Music is very important to the Irish culture. Along with the harp, there's the bodhrán drum, the concertina, the fiddle, and the tin whistle. These kids look a little bit busy. Why don't we go outside and see if we can find someone? All right, here are some kids. If I want to say hello, it's super easy. In Ireland, they speak English, so I would say hi. And they might have names like Jack and Siobhan. And if I ask them something fun that they do, they might tell me about their birthday traditions. Like having their head bumped. You see, the birthday boy or girl on their birthday gets turned upside down and bumped gently on the ground one time for every year they are old and one to grow an inch. Something else that happens on their birthday is they get their nose buttered. It's up to their mom to sneak up on the birthday child and smear butter on their nose. This is to help them slip away from bad luck. And it looks like you're never too old to enjoy this tradition. The kids might tell us about this game too. It's called quoits. It's a little bit like our horseshoes or ring toss. It's been played for over 200 years. Originally it was played with steel rings, but now they use rope or rubber. And if you look at this very, very old picture, this is a little kid on a steamship heading from Ireland to the United States way back in 1910. Now, if I ask those kids about their fun party plans for St. Patrick's Day, they would probably look at me a little confused because St. Patrick's Day is actually a very serious and somber day in the country of Ireland. But if they wanted to tell me about a fun day, they would tell me about Puck Fair. Puck Fair is Ireland's oldest fair, dating back to the year 1613. Legend has it, a wild goat came down from the hills and warned the townspeople about an invasion coming. So every year after that, they've gone out into the wood, caught a wild goat, brought him into town, put him high up in a crate for everyone to see. They give him lots and lots of delicious food to keep him occupied. And then a young townsgirl is named Queen, and she crowns King Puck the goat. For 3 days, they celebrate with parades and costumes, a carnival, dancing, storytelling, music, puppet shows, face painting, and a whole lot of fun horse-related activities. Now, at the end of this 3-day party, these folks will probably go home. The goat will be a little confused, but very well fed when he's released out into the woods. And the people can go home and eat some traditional Irish foods. Those include some delicious Irish stew, some tasty soda bread, and something made from this, Ireland's most obvious food, potatoes, and those are called potato boxty. Well, our time in Ireland's already through. We're going to head back home. Let's get on that plane. It's always good to get back home, but let's remember our trip to Ireland. We can start by looking in the packet. All right, inside the packet, we have a maze in the shape of the country of Ireland, a recipe for Irish boxty, the rules for how to play quoits, the ropes to use in quoits, a pretend Irish coin to flip to decide who goes first in quoits, and some green rectangles. Now these green rectangles are our craft, and they're going to end up being a shamrock. So, you might use tape or a stapler to complete this craft. Let's take it apart and see what we have. So we have 3 short triangle rectangles, 3 long rectangular strips, and this one is for the stem. So we're going to put the stem aside for now. And we're going to take one of the short ones and one of the long ones. We're going to fold each of them in half. We'll take the little one and make it hug the long one. So the long one is inside, little one's on the outside. And then we can take a stapler or some tape and just secure it right at the very edge. You don't have to do this step, you can just hold it with a pinch, but I find it much easier to work with if I've stapled or taped it. Now, we're going to fold the little rectangle down, and it's going to make a heart shape. And again, we can staple or tape or just pinch it with our fingers and do the same thing with the big rectangle. Now we have a heart inside a heart kind of shape, and we can staple or tape it. Now, that is one of the leaves on the shamrock, so we have to do that 2 more times. So we fold each piece in half, put the short piece on top of the long piece, staple or tape it, fold the short piece to the shape of a heart, fold the long piece down to the shape of a heart, and now staple the whole thing and put it down. One more time. Fold each in half. Put the short one on top of, over the long one. And fold it into a heart. Fold it into a bigger heart. And a staple. All right, we have our 3 petals of the shamrock. All we need to do now is take this long piece, make it a shorter piece so it can be a stem. You can make it shorter as long as you want. I'm going to make this one actually a little shorter than my other one. And a little bit tricky, but you're going to, okay. So wherever you've got the fold, there should be a V. Whether you've just folded it in half once, you have an open split here, or if you folded it twice like I did, you still have an open part here. You're going to take one of your shamrock leaves and put it in between those 2. Now it looks like you have a heart on a stem. And good old Mr. Tape. And take another one and staple that to one side. Take your last one and staple it to this side. Now it looks a bit like a bouquet of flowers or something here, so there's one more step you need to do, and that is to kind of fold the two sides down. So you've got the heart kind of shape in the middle, up, and then you throw pinch the other ones down a bit, and now you have a shamrock. And that will bring you lots of good luck. All right, the next thing I want to show you, real quick before we play our game, I went out, I couldn't help myself. I purchased a tin whistle, and I am learning how to play it. And I'm finding that as I'm learning things about these countries along with you, I'm getting excited about it, and I'm going further. I'm reading stories that take place in that country and eating foods from that country. And I'm actually going to learn how to play the tin whistle because I enjoyed Ireland so much. Now, our last thing is to show you how to play quoits. And I included the rules. There are many complicated versions. There are upright versions where you throw them onto like a dartboard. But we're going to play a version that's very, very easy to make. All you need are the items I've given you. And from home, you'll need maybe some water bottles, or if you have some tall vases, or even like the picture on here says, an upside down cup. You just want to make sure that what you're aiming for will fit through the hole. You don't want to make this so hard a challenge by having something that's too big for it to fit over. That's kind of cruel. Okay, so you've got the coin to decide who goes first. Each person has their own color, red or yellow. And in this case, I have used two bottles. You can just put out one. You can put out a variety. You can make them further away and closer up and say the close-up one is worth less points than the far away one. You can score however you want, but the traditional way to score is if you throw it and it lands over it, you get 2 points. And if it touches it and falls, you get 1 point. So first we're going to have the ceremonial coin toss to see who goes first. The shamrock side will be heads, the writing side will be tails. Call it in the air, Shane.
Heads.
Heads, he wins. Okay, Shane's gonna go first. Oh man, a ringer! Okay, so looking at the rules again, a ringer is 3 points. If you land next to, touching, it's 1 point. And whoever gets to 21 points first wins. Now, I'm gonna try. Oh, not even a single point. Let's try again. I want to give it one more try. Not going to give up yet. See if he can get some more points. He's already got 3. Remember, oh! Yes! All right, tie 3-3. We just have to play the tiebreaker now. So, the game's going to Shane. You invent your own point system. Unless you have a couple hours to kill, in which case, keep it at 21. Good luck, guys. That was fun, but I think if we played to 21, we'd miss lunchtime and maybe it would be dark out. So we stopped it there, and I want to thank you for joining us this week for our trip to Ireland. Where are we headed next time? You're going to have to tune in to find out. See you next week.